Morgan. Today is the 25th day of Gathering, year 26, and I am excited to be checking out the Faerie Festival. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading the dialogue. We start off with Queen Fiora, and that appears to be, I think her name's Alir. She's from the Tale of Woe plot. She's like, I'm not entirely sure if she's an earth fairy or I think she's like a dark evil earth fairy, but not a dark fairy, just a mean earth fairy. And she is watering some plants. Oh, and I think there are a couple of other fairies from the background. I think it's Judaya from Mystery Island. And then there's a fire fairy that I think is from one of the Lost Desert plots, but I don't remember her name. Queen Fiora says, "Hello again, you two." Lucian says, "Queen Fiora, why have you called us here? Shouldn't you be with the council?" Queen Fiora says, "I know, but the Faerie Festival is important too. However, I don't have much time for planning, which is why I called for the two of you once more." Jadora says, "Please don't tell me you're pairing us together again. I think last year was proof we can't work together. I think I was on her team last year." Queen Fiora says, "As much as I would like to see you two get along again, I simply don't have the time to argue. So no, I'm not going to ask you to run the festival with one another again." Lucian, then why are we here? Oh, she's like chewing on her fingernail, I think. Queen Fiora says, "During these difficult times, communities need to come together in any way they can. This is why I believe putting on the Faerie Festival is vital. However, there's no time, and with the many important resources turning gray around the globe, I think Neopets Central just recently turned gray, many may be feeling too helpless to attend. And so I thought of a unique way to solve both problems at once." Jadora, she just looks maniacal. "We burn down this beacon of false hope and attempt to make change in actually productive ways." Yes. Thank you for understanding. Make change in actually productive ways, please. Thank you. Queen Fiora, no. Fiora is she's such a killjoy. I really like Jadora's suggestion. How about you find ways to improve Neopia that are actually helpful? I don't know, make more of the Flash games work better? Queen Fiora, you two will hold your own festivals, same as last year, so there's no need to plan anything new. Because I'm trying to remember, okay, maybe it's not Flash games, but I think there were some games that were required a shockwave plugin, and I don't know if those actually still work at all. Queen Fiora says, "And this year, you two can compete to see who can get others to bring them as many items as possible." Illusion, what sort of items? Is this supposed to be a charity corner type thing? Queen Fiora, anything and everything. We must preserve as many resources as possible to keep them safe from turning gray. Do you think they'll accept broken spoons? I have a lot of those. Even the smallest of items could help out later down the line. And this is a great way to get the community involved and show them that they too can help even in these dire times. Jadora, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to not have to work with the little Miss Prairie Fairy over there. But with everything going on right now, wouldn't our, or at least my power be better extended elsewhere? Illusion, what's wrong? Afraid I'll wipe the floor with you again, you sour candy reject? Illusion's mean. I expect Jadora to be mean because she's a dark fairy, but Illusion, you're an earth fairy, be nicer. Oh, she looks so mad there. Yeah, that's right, I can do hurtful nicknames too. Jadora, that didn't even make any sense. Illusion, you don't make any sense! That sounds like how disagreements with my significant other go. Just turning whatever the last thing said was on its head. Jadora's that didn't even make any sense. And Illusion's you don't make any sense. And Jadora's fine then, screw helping elsewhere. Let's do this thing. I'll throw a way better event than you anyways. Illusion, not if last year was any proof. Queen Fiora, stop acting like children. I don't know. I don't like Fiora. I don't like Fiora. It's essentially asking these people to do unpaid free volunteer labor for you, and then you're calling them children. Like, I don't know. She kind of seems mean. I don't like her. Since this went about as well as I thought it would, I will be sending someone to check in on you both periodically. Oh, is that? I think I see the soup fairy in the background now. And I'm like, why don't you just ask the soup fairy to put on an event or something instead of like tormenting Illusion and Chidora by making them work together? Why don't you just like ask the soup fairy to help, or ask like other fairies to help or something? I don't know. Why are you forcing two fairies who obviously like do not like each other and kind of hate each other to work together? Like, isn't there a better way you could run this volunteer event? Chidora, what? We don't need a babysitter? Queen Fiora, that temper tantrum you both just threw indicates otherwise. Nevertheless, he requested to be involved, so this works out well. Wait, he? So who's the other person being added here? Queen Fiora. For now, though, I will return to the council, but I will be back from time to time to participate when needed. I trust you two to prepare on your own. Goodbye. I'm just like, why do you keep forcing those two to work together? They don't like each other. Just choose someone else who is neutral to throw this event instead of pitting two people who hate each other. Like, trying to force two people who hate each other to work together, that's just, like, rubbish. Like, not everyone's gonna be friends with everyone, and trying to make people who obviously don't get along work together, like, that's just a recipe for disaster. Chidora, I don't like this. Something is definitely up with this so-called babysitter. Illusion, what do you mean? Chidora, this all seems like an awfully big risk for Neopets to feel included. I want to know who the babysitter is. Oh my god, that's just from... Now I want to play the Neopian Adventure Generator, because I swear there used to be like a bunch of like babysitting adventures where you'd like take care of Neopets or whatever. Like, I don't know, it's one of those things that appealed to me when I was like 13. So, this all seems like an awfully big risk just for Neopets to feel included. Illusion, I think it's a great idea. Does she actually think it's a great idea, or is she just being contrarian because she doesn't like Chidora? If communities stop coming together, they are bound to fall apart. Chidora, seriously, you're not questioning this at all? It's not like the queen is famous for always being forthright about all her plans. I don't like Queen Fiora. To be perfectly blunt, I absolutely loathe Queen Fiora. I think she's a tyrant, and I think we should overthrow her and replace her with Exandra. So anyone who critiques Queen Fiora, I like more already. Illusion, we need to trust that Queen Fiora knows what she is doing. Chidora, like, you're one to talk about trust. Illusion, she looks all frowny face there. Chidora says, whatever, we only have a few days to prepare our own stuff, so I'm sure there are lots of leaves for you to collect for decorations or something. See you never, hopefully. I'm gonna join Chidora's side. I like her more. Like, I don't know. She's more forthright and blunt. Oh, I think is that one of the ones for... There's also this fairy who looks kind of like she might have been from one of the Neg events, but I don't remember what one. Okay, and then Queen Fiora is holding like some tea or something. Okay, so that's the dialogue. Let's look at activities. We love excitement, blah, 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 blah. I think there are free fairy quests. I'm not actually sure what this event will entail. I'll probably like check Jelly and Yo. But thank you for like watching me do this first reaction to the Faerie Festival. I want to know who the babysitter is. Please let it be someone interesting. Oh my god, please let it be like the happiness fairy or something. I don't know. But is he trapped somewhere in space? I'm trying to remember if he's like trapped in like a locket in space or something. But I remember there was like a happiness fairy, and I'm just saying they should find some way to involve the happiness fairy. Or, you know, maybe free Exandra? She could help. She could run a much better fairy festival. Have a great day, y'all. Happy, I guess, Fairy Festivaling.